Hi, I'm Lisa. Welcome to my channel. Today, I want to talk about trading versus investing. Trading and investing are two totally different approaches to the stock market. And if this is not clear to you, I want you to understand. In my opinion, everyone should be investing, but not necessarily trading. And I want you to have a clear picture of what each are so that you know that there isn't the stress and gamble that you may have in your minds about investing. These two things are totally different and should not even be compared. So, traders are aiming for short term gains by buying and selling stocks quickly, often using technical analysis to make their decisions. The news, earnings reports, perhaps a FDA approval of a drug, those are also things that can impact someone in their quest and search for something to trade. While investors, on the other hand, are focused on the long term growth potential of a stock or fund, often holding the stock indefinitely and generating income through dividends and also the growth of the stock price over time. So, a majority of what I do is that long term investing. Many of my investments, I don't have a set time on when I intend on selling them. I have investments for retirement. I have investments for my daughter when she gets older. These investments that I've made could be in place and growing for decades. So, back to traders. Traders have a short time horizon and higher risk level. While my investments, I can take on a more passive approach by just focusing on investing into good, reliable, steady growth ETFs, index funds, and blue chip stocks that I don't have to watch constantly. The risk management differs. When it comes to trades, I always use my stop loss. I get into it with a plan. I'm focused on mitigating any potential loss in the trade. While when I'm wearing my investor hat, I'm willing to take on the price fluctuations as part of my long term investing strategy. So, for example, if over time my Amazon or Apple stock fluctuates 5 or even 10%, I'm not selling it. It's a long term hold that I expect to recover in time. So, whether you're a trader or an investor, really depends on your approach to buying and selling stocks and your comfort level with short term versus long term strategies. And I think it's really key that you have to learn and have a strategy when you get into trading. So for me, I have a portion of my portfolio that I'm willing to use for trades, but I would never sell my investments to chase a trade. I make sure to keep my money and my budget and my mindset straight on what my intentions are. So, overall, I think there's a lot of misconceptions and confusion when it comes to these two terms, what investing means and what trading means. And that's why I wanted to talk about it here on my channel. Many traders are not successful, but on the other hand, if you invest long term, you will have steady growth over time. All right, so let's just go over some more differences. When it comes to investing, it's making a commitment to hold on to your investments for years, potentially even decades. You're making a decision to invest into a company or group of companies that you see value and the growth potential in that has a strong future outlook, as I said, within a particular company or sector. With investing, all you have to do is be consistent and continue to build into your positions, and they will continue to grow if you make wise investment choices. Like I've shared on this channel, for example, total stock market, S&P 500, blue chip stocks and REITs that will steadily build and grow over time. So I do some trading, but it's not a main source of income for me. Another thing that I don't have to worry about is the constant tax implication from selling. To really focus on trading, you can potentially make fast money, a quick return. In a trade, people might be seeking to have a quick 20, 30, or even more percentage of growth very quickly. But in order to do that, you may need a good amount of capital to make larger trades. But with that, the larger your trade is, the higher the risk if it doesn't go the way you intended. You can be in trades for a matter of minutes, hours, or even a few days or weeks. Whereas I said with investing, it's for the long term. It could be 20, 30 years or all the way to your retirement age. You have to be sharp. You have to have a plan. You have to be able to move quickly in order to mitigate the risk of your trade if it's going the wrong way. You have to know what you're getting into from the start. And this is something that I've made some mistakes with in the past where I invested into something that I should have been looking at as a trade, but I held on too long because I didn't have my stop loss on. I wasn't getting into it with the plan of when am I going to get out. One example of that I've already shared on this channel was my JetBlue stock, which I purchased at $7 and change. And over time, it went into the high teens. It even went over $20, but I didn't sell because I didn't have a plan. I wasn't watching it closely enough. Then I wound up selling it last year and didn't even get to take a profit on it. Trading can be high risk, but I'll tell you, overall, my investing has not been risky. There's been a few underperformers in there that I'm going to have to wait, but in time, I think they will recover. For example, like my Target and Disney stock. So to get into investing, I don't think it's complicated. You don't have to take the time and put in the work to learn and understand. There are choices that give you diversification and simplicity, and you will definitely, in time, be able to build wealth by being consistent and investing into good funds, as I've described. I'm going to share a few trades that I've done over the last few weeks and show you how I take the gambling element out of trading because obviously I'm in this to make money, not lose money. So I'm going to quickly go through some trades that I came out in profit and one that I did not. All right, so I've already shared this in a separate video that I purchased one riot call option. I got into it at $150 and that one contract went up over 130%. I also bought 14 shares of Mara and 10 shares of Riot. And when I got into those two things, it was definitely a trade from the start. I knew that all of these were short term things that I was going to be getting in and out. And because of that, as soon as I placed my order, it was filled. I put in my first stop loss, a sell order to make sure that I am mitigating my risk if the stock price was to go down. But on these ones that I'm showing you here, they all went up. I got, as I said, the riot call option. I got out of it at 130% increase. So that one contract for $150 gains $200. Now, the Mara and Riot stock, I could have made a little bit more money on them. You see here at this point when I took my screenshot, I was up 51% on Mara and 42% on Riot, but my stop losses were set a little bit lower than what you're seeing here. During the time frame that I was in this trade, at this point, Mara was up to $20 and Riot was at 17. I was doing these trades over on Webull and they do not have a trailing stop loss. So that is something that I'm going to take the time to learn and use in my trading. That's available on MooMoo, and my MooMoo and Webull links will be pinned and in the description. So if you are ready to create a new account, don't forget to use my investment links. So looking at the Mara 14 shares that I bought, them a little under $18, and I was holding on to them for a few weeks. And I had my stop loss at $24. So that's where I got kicked out of that trade. But I moved my stop loss a few times over the weeks that I was holding it. As the stop price went up, I was moving my stop loss in order to make sure that I was going to gain some profit in the trade. Same thing with Riot, bought it under $12 and sold it at $15.15. So between the one options contract and the shares of Mara and Riot, I made over $300 on those trades. So I'm also going to show you a losing trade that I was in this month, and that was with Hut 8. I picked up 25 shares of it. The stock price was already coming down when I invested into it, but I still knew what my minimum that I wanted to go down to as far as the stock price. It was going to only be 70 cents below my buy price, but I put in my order and I put in my stop loss immediately. The stock price dropped within a few hours and I was kicked out. I lost 70 cents per share on that trade off of my 25 shares that I picked up. So $17.50 about of a loss. But the other trades went as expected and I gained over $300. So for right now, I'm keeping my trades small. I will always be working to mitigate any risk, but obviously, the larger the trade, the bigger the risk. The potential there is for you to lose more money, as well as the potential for you to gain more if you buy more shares or contracts. But you have to put in the work when it comes to trading. And me personally, I don't think I would even be trading if my investments weren't in the place that I wanted them to be. I don't know what people have in their mind when they think about trading, like some hectic trading room floor scene from a movie, but it's not like that. I try to work to have my investments as well as my trades being things that I get into with a low amount of stress. And that especially goes for my long term investing. So let me know in the comments. I describe myself as about 95% investor. It's not every week that I will be getting into trades. But if I do, it will be with a predetermined plan of how much I'm willing to invest, when I'm getting in, what I'm getting out, and my stop loss will be placed immediately. So if you're new to investing, please check out some of my beginner investing videos that you can use to get started. And I hope I've shed some light on what trading and investing are. Totally different things. Trading does not have to be a part of your approach to getting started in the stock market. If you're not already, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and I just started a new Instagram page, so go check me out over there also. Thanks for watching. Okay, bye.